Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. As soon as I'm done walking Izzy here, I gotta do the last of the winter protection for the bur oaks. Actually, I have to do protection on the bur oaks and the American chestnuts that are down, well, there's one by the vineyard and down on the rock road there. So it's actually quite the walk in this deep snow, and it's really windy out. I don't know if you can tell. The tops of the trees are moving a bit, but once you get up on the ridge up there, it's kind of nasty. It's going to be too windy for the sound up there, so I'll just get that stuff sprayed up there, and I'll get back with you on the ones that are a little protected from the wind. See you there. Little Miss Izzy can get away with standing on top of this snow, but it's pretty deep. You can see there, not that deep, but it's deep enough to make it hard walking. Okay, if you missed the last videos, what I'm doing is heavily spraying anything that's sticking out like this, especially if it's close to the ground where rabbits can get it, and then pretty much covering every little bit. I do not want the deer biting the tops off of these, and if it stays the way it is, I don't think that's going to happen. There wasn't a single track coming here. This is all from me. So if it stays that way, that's great. It wasn't a real hard winter, so the deer must have plenty of food elsewhere. Yeah, you could see how deep my tracks are going. Yeah, this is definitely not easy walking. I already did all of the ones up along the top. And as soon as I'm done with this one, that one, and the one right there, I have the 4. Is it 4? No, it's 3 American chestnuts down on the rock road, which is definitely a hard walk, but at least Cindy's here today, so if I have any problems down there, somebody will know where the hell I am. Last time I did it, there was nobody here, which probably isn't the smartest thing to do in this deep of snow in the winter. Next year, I'll have 25 more of these bur oaks planted, and they're going to be, a foot to 2 foot, I think. This is 4 to 5 feet. So they're going to be a bit harder to work with, or a bit harder to take care of, because they'll be prime food for deer, at that height. The deer don't have to do any work to go and bite the top off of it. So that'll be a couple years worth of extra precaution on those. What I'm spraying is just standard deer repellent. I think I mentioned the brand name in a previous video, but I'll put it up on screen for those of you who didn't see it. I got a big woodchuck that used to live right here, but I'm not seeing any signs of him now. He was tunneled under this big rock. All right, one last one. Yeah, this is not easy walking. We have 14 mile-an-hour winds right now, and it's gusting pretty pretty high. I don't know what the gusts are going to, but it is pretty nasty out here. It's about 30 degrees, so with 14 to 20 mile an hour winds, it's probably in the low aughts down to zero. All right, now I got to get down to the rock road and get the rest of them, and that'll do it for today. I don't know how well this will show up, but the trees are really rocking back and forth. I'm a little bit below the wind sometimes, but the wind's coming out of the southeast, so this area is normally pretty well blocked, but it's not blocked at all right now, and it's pretty damn cold. This is the first of the chestnuts, and this is the one that had the deer tracks going right by it, but they left it alone. It has the tip bitten off of it, this one as well, but I believe that was from summertime. I don't think that was just now. You can see where they bit it off earlier, and it started growing that way, and it'll do it again. It'll crook over and start going up again, and eventually, as the tree gets bigger, that'll just disappear. You won't see that little crook there. Oh, look who's coming along. I'll bet she's liking this a bit better than the last time she came along. The last time she was sinking into this snow, and it's a little crusty now, so she can kind of walk on top of it. Okay, you guys ready to go? Oh, she's gonna want to stand on my feet and get petted for a while, so I better take care of that, and then I'll head over to the next one. Here's that area I hacked and squirted yesterday. I don't think it's on a Planet Mojo video. I think it's on our Light channel. All of those are posted in the comments section. I believe both of these guys came with me as well. And you can see the hacks there, and the red stuff is from the squirt juice. It's just a red dye so that you know you did it there. What I'm doing is clearing some of these weed trees, these big aspen and the birch and the, what is it, slippery elm, and I believe this is a maple right here. Clearing them out and allowing these white oaks to take over this little area. So I'll be getting rid of some of these brambles and planting little blue stem here as well this summer. Just a bit, just to get it started. But getting rid of some of these weed trees will go a long way towards letting these oaks blossom and kind of spread out a bit. Right now you can see this one is kind of leaning in because it's got these big aspens right next to it. So as these die, they'll become woodpecker food, but even way before that, they won't leave up this spring. So the trees that I'm trying to save in this area will get a lot more sunlight, and they'll start spreading out. They'll send branches over into the empty spaces there. It's going to be really nice here. Okay, I got my stuff, got my animals. There's one more tree up there, and then the big one halfway up the hill, and then I'll be done. This is really, really hard work coming through here without snowshoes on. I'm gonna have to get some snowshoes next year, especially if I have 25 more of these bur oaks going in, which I will. Alright, I think this wind is gonna mess up the sound pretty bad. Just gotta find my tree. There it is right there. You can tell by it kind of looks like tobacco. This is the one that was pinned down underneath the top of that dead tree right there. Fell right on top of it and pinned it to the ground. But it's actually the biggest, most healthy looking one in the deep woods here. So let me get it sprayed and then we'll head up to the final one. Okay, last one. I was going to show you how this one was girdled by the rabbits 2 years ago. There's videos of it. I'll link up above. But I got this protector on there so they can't do that. And you can see the deer tracks come right up to here and then they turned around and went back. That's because of this stuff. Otherwise they would have just chowed this thing down. Yeah, the further your trees are away from your house, the more danger they're in. But sometimes deer will come right in your yard and go in your garden, or in this case, take the top off of your tree. So I'm going to drench this. I have probably 2 more sprays to do. If you didn't see the previous ones, I'm doing it every month like they recommend. And as soon as there's leaves and stuff on all the other stuff around here, the danger is pretty much over. The deer like to go after these tasty little buds once they start putting green out. So if you can get past that until there's actual leaves on it, the danger is pretty much gone, because they can get leaves anywhere. I may come along and do some of these top ones on into late spring. I don't want them munching off the top. If they munched off a little bit of the sides, that wouldn't be a big deal. But if they bite off the top, then you've seen the one down there. And actually this one is forking out a lot. You can see where I think the top was probably bit off right there, and it's forked into these two. I'm going to have to get in here and prune this a little bit too. I want it to get a little taller before it branches out too much. Okay, got my cat caught up, and I've been spraying some down into the tube just in case mice are moving around under the snow, and possibly voles. Not gonna hurt. Looks like we got some weather coming over there. Not sure what the temperature is. It was supposed to be about 30 today, but it certainly feels colder than that with this wind. Okay. Oh, did you see that? Cat just popped the dog in the face. Hopefully she doesn't hurt the dog. Ooh, they're both. The dog is learning from the cat and boxing with her. Interesting. Mazey's heading for that pole. She'll climb the pole. Oh, she wants to stay and fight. Okay. I love watching these two. They're very different from the dog and the other cats. The other cats will roll on their back and let the dog mouth them, and they'll kind of fight with her. But Mazey has none of that. She will actually fight back, and the dog just doesn't know what to do about it. Boom. Jab to the nose. Alright, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll be showing you this tree and all of the others as they start to leaf out this spring. It'll be real interesting. The ones that I did first up there, the bur oaks, this will be their first full year. I planted them spring of last year, so it'll be interesting to see how they did over the winter. So make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you give the video a thumbs up and or share it, it helps us out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.